guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play... Hey guys, this is TogaChimp. Welcome back to another episode of TogaTalks. In this episode, we're going to be talking about what Mario is and what he does and where he can move on forward to in life in different areas, different sectors of the economy, where he can jump and where he can throw his hammers at. But that's actually the theme of the topic today. What if Mario couldn't jump? How would it affect his gameplay style, or even his persona? There's no questioning that half of Mario's smile is in his jump, with his left arm skyrocketing, straight into the sky. So without it, is Mario even playable? Sure he is. He's been in games ranging from kart races, sports titles of every kind, except for American football, puzzle games like Dr. Mario, you name it. Except for in Dr. Mario, you don't really control Mario. However, only in games where Mario can jump do we find the best of the best. Even Mario Kart, he can jump in that game. And that's one of the best games ever. So let's take Mario and chop off his legs. Rather, let's render him incapable of jumping, from this moment and go on. Could Nintendo actually resurrect Mario with this new handicap? Could Nintendo make an original Mario title without Mario's jumping extravagance? The answer to the question is what I propose. Actually, there's two things I can propose that I would really like to see Mario do. You can merge the gameplay style of Dark Souls with Mario. Now, give Mario a sword in hand, not necessarily a sword, but keep the third-person style of Dark Souls and Mario in large part. Just imagine Super Mario 64 or Mario Sunshine. But equip Mario with his hammer, equip Mario with different styles of shielding he can wear, like different torso equipment, different leggings, different cauldron, different shoulder pads. It'd be fun. You can equip him with a mace, cleaver, or any other bludgeon you want. Give him some hardcore attributes that makes him want to smash some shit into pieces. Let's have Mario smash the hell out of Goombas, Koopas, Spinies, Bloopers, and unleash the beast. Mario's been bottled up for too long. He's been suppressed to the point where he's just bubbling madness. His kettle is whistling so loudly, even our grandmothers are waiting his change. Mario needs to be ironclad, and not from his mushrooms, from his kingdom's armory, where he's churning out all of his equipment. Just imagine a little toadette or a toad guy working in the iron, mining on the floor, working, pounding metal with his hot iron. What do you call those things? With those, whatever. And the point is, I want to have a more serious Mario title, and that's what Mario needs to be leading himself towards. Let's make Mario into more of an adult game instead of a child's game. Let's breathe some more great seriousness in the genre. Not too serious, just enough to rekindle his flame, to steer the minds of the players of the demographics in the better direction. Now, there's many ways you can make Mario into a more adult-themed type game. I wouldn't say you necessarily have to chop off his legs, as I mentioned earlier. But the thing is, Mario's been catering to the child's demographic for a very long time, and that can change easily. But they have to change the gameplay style. For instance, if you take New Super Mario World and compare it with Donkey Kong Country Returns, you'll notice that only hardcore players can actually beat Donkey Kong Country Returns. But kids still play it because they have that, ease of access, invincible monkey mode where you can just beat the game real fast without ever really trying. But the point is, the gameplay is structured of Donkey Kong Country Returns to be difficult. So it's going to be hardcore gamers that can only beat it, not just children. New Super Mario World is floaty, slow, and it's made for everyone to keep on essentially just winning without really having serious effort. And most of the times, kids can't produce serious effort because, they're children. They can't really do it. When it comes to Mario, you can take him, give him a weapon, start making him slash things, make the difficulty rise very difficult, very hard. You can basically make Mario into a fighting person instead of a jumping person. You can even, like for instance, in Dark Souls, instead of having Mario be able to jump, he instead rolls. Rolls to the side, rolls to the left, rolls forward, and rolls to dodge. Now, essentially, Mario's attributes, when Miyamoto decided to make another game, he didn't want to make another jumping game. And he figured Mario is the game about jumping, which he's right about. He wanted to make a game where you can't jump, instead you just fight. And that's what Link is. That's where Link comes in. But Mario needs to, I believe Mario needs to take up that job once again. He could also even wrestle, he could swing a sword, he could swing a whip, he could swing his fists more often, which is a very fun thing to do. He's just done it in every single Mario Party title, and it's always fun to fight in Mario Party titles. But imagine like a WCW versus NWO World Wrestling Federation type thing, when you're all the different Mario characters in different styles. Each of the Mario characters, excuse me, could have their own gimmicks, could have their own fighting styles, much like Mario Tennis does. You know, how they each have their own stats and attributes, and they have technique, they have speed, they have power. They could each use those in different areas to fight in. For instance, Donkey Kong could lift up, let's say Mario or Bowser when he's fighting in the ring, in the WWF, let's just say he's in the WWF ring, hypothetically. He could do a left-right punch and daze Donkey Kong, or Donkey Kong could daze Mario, or let's just use Bowser for this position because Bowser's a heavy character. Let's just say DK left-right punches Bowser, and then you can press a button. You lift up Bowser on your back, and then you can do a whole array of different attacks and throws and stuff like that. Or you can just have the standard grapple, light grapple, heavy grapple, standard jabs and punches. But you can make it much more fun with Mario. And since, much like the Mario Brawl, Super Mario Brothers Brawl, or Super Mario Brothers in general, you can just throw in a whole bunch of gimmicks that make the game, instead of being uber serious, it could be third-party fun. Like, for instance, whenever you're playing Super Mario Brawl, a lot of the worlds lend to your destruction as well. And, for instance, let's use a perfect example. As soon as you tie someone in Super Mario Brawl, you both have a sudden death. If you guys don't touch each other for a long time, the game decides to intervene and then starts bombing you. That's the third party coming in to kill you. That's where competitiveness kind of takes a backstage, and then the game just starts to intervene and basically screws you over. And that's fun. That's not completely fair in terms of one-on-one rival competition, but it's more bent for fun. So they could use that same idea and attribute it to the WCW vs. NWO Mario title, which is what I'm proposing. For instance, you could have the audience members come running out, like have a little spiny guy jump out of the stage and start running at you as you're Mario punching DK, and then he slides into you and knocks you over. Something like that. Or you could have the stage ring itself have holes puncture into it every now and then. Or, you know, even any of the characters could have their own gimmicks. Mario can have a super fat fist every once in a while, or that's one of his specials. Or somebody can crawl inside someone's shoe, someone can crawl on top of, you know, any type of crazy attack they can do. Gimmick, like, basically that's similar. It's you know, everyone has their own gimmick. Once again, I'm gonna compare it to Brawl. Just imagine the Smash spheres that you can connect, that you can collect and use, but not similar. I mean, when I use it in this context, I don't mean the giant, massive explosion, but more of everyone has their own signature moves. I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be here giving you ideas of what they are, but I'm just saying, Mario can be less of a jumping type person and more of a fighting person. Just like WCW versus NWO, or just like Dark Souls. And it'd be kind of funny to see, by the way, Dark Souls having a giant dragon, connecting that with Mario. Like, what would the giant dragon of Mario's world be? Would it be a giant Yoshi? Giant big green Yoshi, like a mothership Yoshi? Yoshi's evil dad, side granddaughter, grandfather, something like that. That'd be fun. I'd like to see that. You know, Yoshi breathes fire, Yoshi flies. He's a standard dragon. But we've never seen a massive dragon. And I think that'd be a fun thing to see in a Mario Dark Souls mixture. Of course, once again, Mario Dark Souls mixture would have to be a very difficult game. Mario would actually have to have some sort of a life bar. maybe he has like 3 pieces of clothing he has equipped, and every time he gets hit, he loses one, and then you know, his life is limited to 3 hits. It could be like that. Actually, that'd be kind of cool. But you know, either give Mario a more RPG style flair where you can equip different stuff, different equipment, different weapons, and use them differently and swing them differently, or just keep the same model going. Make it so that it's kind of like Super Ghouls and Goblins, how it's purely skill-based, and the attributes you do collect are just weapons. You could do something like that. But anyway, I'd like to see Nintendo steer the direction towards fighting-based Mario titles, but continue to keep their roots of expansive world gameplay, jumping around obstacles. You know, like Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Galaxy. They need to continue with that series, but they need to open up a new book for Mario. Mario has been waiting a long time, and he needs to see some greatness breathed back into his life. Some adult flair. Not just like playing cards, like war, playing cards. You know, there's no skill in war. All you do is throw down cards, and if your number happens to be bigger than your rivals, you win. That's all luck-based. Well, that's another different question, because they also released a new Super Mario game for the DS, or 3DS, that was another Mario Party title, but it was all mostly just luck after luck after luck, and very little pieces of skill needed to be used in order to win. For instance, like, well, I can't really come up with any good examples, but all of the boards are like roll a dice, and if you get a higher number, you win. Kind of just like War, like I was talking about, this card game. And many of the games in that Mario Party title for 3DS were all luck-based as well. But anyway, that's a different title. That's a different story. That's a story for another time. This has been TogaTalks, blabbering about nothing in particular that's important. But if you enjoyed it, that's good. I'm glad. This is TogaChimp signing off. You guys have a good night. Have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to comment, go ahead, and I'd be happy to listen to anything you say, and I'll talk right back to you. This is TogaChimp signing off. Bye-bye, everyone. Hey guys, this is TogaChimp. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see any more of my videos, just check out the catalog before you. Alright, bye-bye guys.